Greetings, people of the internet. I'm Scott with Serkworks Art Labs. Welcome back to the underground laboratory where we create robots, aliens, zombies, and other imminent threats to humanity. We also create comic books because we're working on the 100 Days of Making Comics Challenge, where you spend 30 minutes a day, every day, for 100 days straight, working on your own personal comic book project. This is mine. This is my personal comic book project, Young and the Dead. It's a kids versus zombie story. If you're into those 80s adventure flicks starring kids, like Goonies and Monster Squad and E.T. and Explorers and Stand By Me and all that kind of stuff, or if you like more modern representation, would be Stranger Things. If you're into that stuff, you may be into this. This is the current issue, issue 3. I'm working on issue 4 right now as part of this challenge. So there's 3 issues available at Serkworks.com, and yeah, that's what I'm working on. But where are we in the challenge as far as how far along are we? We're quite a bit. We are pretty far along, so we got to get the oversized sheet of paper. Where is that big fat Sharpie? Here it is. So we got our big fat Sharpie. And oh yeah, we are getting up there. So today is day 97. We're at day 97. Can you believe that? Can you believe we've got that far? Yeah, we are closing in on that 100 days, and I'm super excited about that. I'm also pretty excited about something else that's coming up after we wrap up this, and that is Phoenix Comic-Con, which I will be exhibiting at. And I got my placement, so if you guys want to jot this down, if you want to find me, if you're going to be in Phoenix on Memorial Day weekend and you want to come see me, I will be in the Artist Alley. I got a couple tables there. I'm at table 101, or I'm sorry, 1021 and 1023. I think though, even though they're a number off, I think they're right next to each other. Hopefully they are, because I'm going to have to come up with a weird setup if they're not. But no, I've looked at the floor plan and they are. So that's where I'm going to be, and I'll probably put that somewhere in the description so you can look it up, and I'll be letting you guys know on social media where you can find me and everything. But I will have sort of a mobile version of this underground lair there with all my stuff, so you guys can check that out. So I am looking forward to that. Hopefully, I'm kind of and I've mentioned this before, but as you know, in these sort of changing times as far as conventions go, conventions get a little further away from comics, and I'm almost thinking, you know, we should kind of make a change and stop calling it Comic Cons and call it like Phoenix Celebrity Con or Celebrity Con International or that, because that's really, you know, that's what people kind of go there for, not necessarily to see comics. It's kind of gone in a different direction, but you know, I'm gonna hang in there and see where this whole thing goes and everything. But yeah, I don't know. I know I'm in the minority. I know a lot of you guys want to go and you want to see your favorite TV star or movie star or whatever, and that's super cool. And it's cool that you have an opportunity to do that. When I was growing up, you didn't really have that. But I don't know. I'm just kind of maybe I'm weird in the way that I can't really think of anyone, with maybe the possible exception of Weird Al Yankovic, that I would actually stand in line for an hour or more and spend $100 to get an autograph. And even then, I just don't know. It's just, that's just not my thing, you know. It's cool, you know, so every once in a while you see somebody walking around or wherever, that's cool, oh, that's so-and-so, but yeah, that's not my thing. That's not what I'm there for. I'm there for comics. I love comics, and I hope there's sort of a resurgence in people, you know. I think hopefully there's enough room for everything. I hope people still continue to make their indie comics and get out there and sell their indie comics and stuff like that. But it's definitely moved a lot, you know, moved quite a bit away from that. But you know, that's the way things go, and you got to kind of roll with it. So that's what I'm thinking about. But I am getting ready, and I am still, with you know, all that in mind, I am still excited to go to Phoenix Comic Con, and we'll see how it goes, and I will definitely give you an update on how that goes in a future episode. It won't be 100 days, because we will wrap that up, because that, like I said, that's Memorial Day weekend, and you know, today, like I said, what did I say it was? And that's why we write this down, so I can remember. But today's 97, so you know, we've only got a few more days, and this thing is going to be wrapped up, and then there's going to be some other cool stuff that we're going to do after that. We'll talk more about that as we continue to kind of wrap up this series. But right now, I've got to, well, I was going to say I got to wrap wrap up the comic, but as you know, we're not near the place where we need to be to wrap up the comic, and that's okay because that's not the goal. The goal is to just find whatever time in the day that you can to find time to work on your comic book. So that's why the 30 minutes a day or more, because everyone can find that 30 minutes a day. So, and that's what we do. And then if you take all those 30 minutes, add them up, and then you've made some progress, which I definitely have. I've definitely made some progress on the comic book. So this has helped in that regard. But anyway, right now what we got to do is we got to find out what's going on with issue 4, Young and the Dead, that I'm working on for this, my round 2, my second time around of 100 Days of Making Comics. And to do that, we have to go up here, and it's a little off screen, I don't know if you can see it, but the paralleloscope, the device which allows us to view alternate realities where the creation of this comic book is already in progress. We're going to check that out right now. Hey, so I got something cool in the mail. See this thing? It's got a little eyeball in it. So this is from Scot Campbell, and I don't know if you guys know Scot Campbell, but he is an artist. He's a window painter, but he also does a lot of other cool stuff, and this is part of what he does. And go back, if you're not familiar, go back. We did an Artcasters episode. It's the one, just go to the Artcasters playlist on my channel. You'll find the episode with Scot Campbell. Watch that, because he's a very interesting guy. But he by day he's like this window painter, but by night he does these crazy art cars, and this is actually a piece from one of his cars. He's remodeling it, and basically what the art cars are, you take like an old car or whatever, and you just start adding, you know, artwork to the actual car. You have to see it to believe it, or see what it's all about. But anyway, so he's making some changes to his art car, so he's pulling pieces off, and he thought I'd like this, so he just sent it to me. And it is, and I saw it on the video, he showed it, but I haven't seen it in person yet, so I'm pretty excited. So he knows that I do a zombie comic and everything, and this is a piece, like a zombie piece that he did. So, and he's got 2 channels. He's got the window painting channel, which I'll put links to both of those, but he's also got one called Dark Ride, which is all about his art cars and some of his the darker side of his personality. But anyway, so I'm gonna, let's see. Oh wow. Oh man, look at that. Oh, it's wicked looking. Look at that. So it looks like latex, but yeah, so he sculpts all this stuff, and man, like I said, you got to check it out. So very cool. Thank you, Scott. I think I'm gonna get like a little plaque and like mount it on a plaque or something like that. I think that would look cool. So yeah, definitely check his stuff out. I'll leave the links in the description. Over the weekend, there was a lot of comic book events out here in the Phoenix sort of metropolitan area. And I got to go to a couple. There were some other things that I didn't get a chance to do. I had some other stuff I had to do, but it was, you know, it was Free Comic Book Day on Saturday. So Friday they had some events, you know, meet artists, or there was like drink and draw things and all that stuff. And then of course Free Comic Book Day, and you know, I know a few of the like local comic book artists out here. And I was trying to find out where they were and everything so I could go see them, but I didn't. But I ended up running into a few of them at some of these events I did go to. So for Free Comic Book Day, I went to a couple of stores, and there's a lot of really good comic book stores out here in Arizona. But I went to Samurai Comics and Jesse James Comics. And there weren't any, so like Samurai Comics has a number of locations. They have, I think, 3 locations. And I think they had like artists signing at one of them, but that was way out in Mesa, which is on the East Valley, not very close to me. So I went to, it was sort of they recently had a grand opening, so I think they were kind of extending that, and it was pretty packed. There were a lot of people there, which is cool because it's getting people into comics and everything. So I went there, I got to Free Comics and bought some other stuff. But I got some comics for my kids. I found, my son is big into Zelda, Legend of Zelda, so they had a Free Comic Book Day version of Legend of Zelda, which is like a manga. And then I found, there are a couple that, there was a Monster High thing, what I thought about for my daughter, but I think she's kind of grown out of that, but she still plays this online game called Animal Jam, and there was an Animal Jam comic, so I got that for her. So basically, just got some stuff for the kids. But then after that I went to Jesse James Comics, and they don't really have like the free comic day versions, but they have like amazing sales on comics. Like almost everything in the store is like either half off or like $1 a comic. So I picked up a bunch of back issues like Star Wars and all kinds of stuff, but I found like the perfect comic for my girlfriend, and it was, she loves Wonder Woman, and this was Wonder Woman meets the Bionic Woman, and it was the 77 Wonder Woman, like Linda Carter version, and the Bionic Woman, and I showed it to her and she just flipped out, so she thought that was really cool. But anyway, I'll kind of show you. I took some footage, but most of it got lost, but I've got some stuff left I'll kind of show you before we go out.
Attention everyone! Who wants a green photo booth? Over where I am shouting right around the corner. So if you want to come over and get a green photo, get some fun superhero stuff, head on over now. Right now. Everybody vomit. So it becomes unmanageable. We're looking for unmanageable.
All right, back, and that was quite a journey through the paralleloscope, but we're back in the lab, and we got to say goodbye to day 97. We'll pull that off the pad of paper, crumble it up, see if we can get it in that garbage can, which really is almost impossible now because there's no room in it. It just keeps overflowing and overflowing because no one's picked these things up since day one. Let's get rid of this stuff. I'll see you guys tomorrow. That is all. Hey everyone, you've seen the process, now you can check out the story. Issues 1 through 3 of Young and the Dead are available at my website at Serkworks.com. Also follow me on social media at the links listed below. Subscribe and check out some of the other videos in the series. There's much more to come.